Hello and welcome to Dommy Tries This. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug is my Sugar Skull Christmas mug. I had picked up a set for my youngest daughter and really like the design of the mug. Doesn't take much for me to like a mug, to be honest with you. I'm not big on the mugs that have nothing but writing, unless it's really cute or it has a little picture with it. But in general, for most other mugs, it doesn't take much for me to like them. And I like this one, so I picked up an extra one for me. As you can see, our skull is all decorated with flowers. She's a very tall mug. And today's tea is also another favorite. It is my Stash chocolate orange tea. This tea has cocoa shells, orange peel, rose hips, and orange oil in it. It's one of my favorites. You can actually get from Stash an orange tea and a chocolate tea and put them together to get a chocolate orange tea. So I'm actually really glad that they actually came up with a tea that already has them combined. It's a very nice tea. You get the chocolate, the orange is very light and delicate. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this, take a sip and get started. I'm having a day already, guys. Anyway. She needs to steep just a little bit longer. I think I went just a touch light on the sugar, but that's fine. I'm trying to cut back on my sugar. I know. But I went just a light on the sugar, so I'm getting a lot of the chocolate, not a lot of the orange right now. She has been steeping for a few minutes, but we're going to see if it's a little stronger by the end of this video. It should be. They usually are. Anyway, so June is Pride Month, and this is my first year acknowledging and claiming my place in the community for Pride. So I thought that today we would do attempt a Pride look. You know, bright, colorful, all that stuff. I did have a glitter palette I wanted to work with. Unfortunately, when I attempted to use it live on Facebook, it didn't go well. So we aren't going to play with that today. I'm actually going to end up giving that to my middle daughter, who knows how to play around with glitter really well. I apparently need to learn some stuff. Anyway, so we are going to use the Flamingo, which is our 1 month palette for June. And the rest of it is going to be color pop. There is going to be, I'm going to use this particular biop that I created I actually created this over time, several colors of theirs that I wanted. And then I'm also going to use the Christmas biop I created. This mostly has blues in it that I want, but yes, we're going to be playing around with those too. Don't think I'll be using these, but we might. We'll see. We'll see. Kind of have an idea of where to go, so let's go ahead and get started. And you know, this is a Bright Ladies one. I'm really hoping it does come out nice and shiny and bright, but we shall see. Your girl really needs to take some time out and clean her brushes, but I know I have more brushes coming. I do. I'm terrible. I have so many brushes. We are going to start off with this lemonade, and we're probably going to top it with this pineapple, and we're going to put that on the first half under our brow using my Juvia's Place buffer brush. I like these really fluffy round brushes for under the brow. So this will also give me a chance to play around with some colors that I don't generally play around with in this particular palette. As you can see, the yellow is kind of light. She needs some building. Comes right down to it. I can snag something from the ColourPop palette, I think. One of my ColourPop palettes. Because I do believe I have a nice bright yellow in one of them. Alright, so grabbing some of that pineapple, I'm going to see what happens. Oh, we got a bit of shine. It's exactly what I wanted, was a bit of shine. It's still not as bright as I would have liked, so I'm going to see if my Christmas yellow will help. Let's try that Christmas yellow. What do you say? ColourPop is really, really good. I enjoy her. So we're going to try this one right here. I am not faulting the Flamingo palette for having difficulty with the yellow show up. Most companies, I have found, have difficulty making a yellow that actually shows up well on my skin. There we go. That's a little bit more yellow. Still kind of on the light side, but a little bit more yellow, which is what I wanted. I'm gonna go back into the Flamingo. I'm gonna take some more of that lemonade and put that over it again. I do a lot of layering when I do my looks. I'm sure you all have noticed that, if you've been around for a while. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, so I've cleaned off my brush a little bit, and I'm going to take the same brush, and I'm going to take this color Popsicle. If you notice, we didn't go completely across under the brow. We went about 2/3 of the way. I'm going to go from about halfway all the way to the end with Popsicle here. And then I'm going to grab this from the Custom Color Pop palette, and I'm going to use this one here to put the sheen over it. So we're going to have a little bit of orange in there. And the reason I'm going so far into what I did already is because I want the colors to meld into each other, not be these solid lines. So this helps blend it in if you go over it a little bit. And then we're going to go out and make sure that's a pretty color. My biggest issue that I'm finding with my Flamingo is that it is very pastel, and pastels just, I have to be careful with pastels. They can kind of fade out on me, so. Okay, so with that color Popsicle in place, we're now going to grab that color pop color and give it a sheen. It's kind of why I wanted the glitter. I wanted just a bit of a shine, but like I said, no. Okay, so this isn't really giving us as much of a sheen as I thought it would. I don't know if there is an issue with my color pop or what, but she's deepening things up. But that satiny finish isn't showing up as well. It's okay. We are still looking orange. So because of the way my inner eyes are and how they lose shadow, it is, I really need to just stick with one color for the inner corner. So I'm going to use these three colors across my lid. This is going to go in the inner corner. This is going to go across the middle, and this is going to go along the outside. So this is going to go in our inner corner on my lid. That color is very similar to the color that we just put outside. Just has that shine to it that I like. And I'm going about 1/3 of the way in, give or take. I like to try to make sure that I cover up most of this inner area with one color, because if I have to patch it for whatever reason, if my left eye decides to lose it or whatever, it's a problem. It's very hard to patch it if I haven't covered the whole area. It's also very hard to patch it if I've layered. So I'm going to just take up some of that pink, and we're going to try this dry, but I may end up getting her wet. She's got a shine to her, but she's not really shiny, so she's probably on the satiny side. And we're just going to take that across the middle. Yeah, she needs a little help, I think. She's a beautiful color, but she's one of the few ColourPop ones that I have that, I don't know, it's something about the press or the consistency or the formula that just doesn't quite do it. I'm going to go ahead and try spraying some setting spray on this and see if that helps. So we want a nice shiny pink. Grabbing some of that off to the side. Well, I think that helped a little. Not a lot, but I do think it added some more sheen to the color. A bit more brightness to it. So, again, just going about, you know, taking up a third of the eye, going down a little bit, just a little bit into that bronzy orange in the front. Just a little bit. There we go. We're going to grab this one here, like I said earlier, and we're going to put that on the outside. No, she's not coming up as well as I'd hoped. She's there, but she's not very bright. Well, we might have to take care of that. I'll have to look around and see what I've got to help with that. But she's there. Thing is I don't have a really good red in any of these, so get the other side and let's see what we can do to fix it. So as I did with the pink into the orange, I took this color closer in a little bit over the top of the pink, but I think the color needs some kind of brightness. I'm going to grab some of this watermelon from the Flamingo palette and see if that helps with that, because right now it's looking a bit dull even though it's on the shinier side, because the other colors around it are so bright. It needs a little brightness to yeah, bring it up. So we're going to try this watermelon, which is a lighter color, using the same brush, and we're going to put that across. Yeah, that really didn't brighten it. If anything, it makes it blend a bit more into that pink. So I've got one more thing I can try. All right, so that watermelon didn't help that much. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this out of my Christmas palette here. This one right here. It's going to deepen it, but hopefully it's going to make it more red. It's really muddying up a little bit here. And oh goodness. I've taken it all the way across now. It's looking a bit muddy. So a couple things here. First of all, you'll see that that ColourPop matte has a lot of fallout. I'm going to brush some of that off. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my big shader blending brush, and I'm just going to go like this, blend that in a bit. She's a little darker than what I want. Again, I'm trying not to overblend here. We're already looking a bit muddy because we just don't have the kind of red I want for this. Guess I'm going to have to get myself another biop from ColourPop, because their shades are really good. She's just not really bright, and a lot of that sheen is gone. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I did with the pink. I'm going to take that same brush that I used to put the original color on. I'm going to dampen her up, and I'm going to put that over it. Hopefully that'll add some more shine. A little bit. Actually, I can live with that color right there. She's still not red. She's still more on the purpley pink side, but that's okay. You know what? We'll live with it. As you can see, our pink is disappearing. So I'm going to grab that brush again, get her wet again. Hello. And put some more of that pink over the middle because we started to lose it a little bit there. Take her up a little higher. It'll more blend into what's been going on up there, but it'll bring out the pink that I have too a bit better. Just like that. Really want that pink to show up. Okay, now there's a little bit more of her. Beautiful and bright. So what the Bright Ladies series is all about. We haven't had one of these in a long time. I'm sure nobody's missed it. I had the Whole and Healthy Wednesdays going, so I'm sure nobody missed it. Alrighty, so now I'm going to grab this purple, go in the crease and go out the way I usually do. It's a beautiful in-between purple, and it'll work really well, and then we'll deepen our crease with a blue. We're going to go outwards. So we go out almost in a straight line. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that before, but I hit that part where my brow starts to go down, and I go straight out, and then I catch everything underneath like that. It's a beautiful purple. And now, no, I'm using 15 million brushes, huh? Got so much cleaning up to do. But now we're going to grab this detail brush. This was from Boxy. It's a Luxie Mini Round. And I'm going to grab this deeper blue, and I'm going to put it in the, I'm going to deepen the crease and go underneath a little bit. All of these ColourPop shades will be listed below, in case you want to grab them. So there you see I did the deep blue, and I'm just going out just a little bit, and I'm going to grab a tiny amount and just go maybe a quarter, just under a quarter in, and then out a little bit. I'm also going to put just a touch right in this corner to help it blend in. Just like that. I hope you guys can see that. I know with my filming setup it's not the best way to do things, but there we go. We are going to take this very light green, and we're going to put that in the corner, and we're going to just go all the way across, and then we're going to grab something from the Flamingo to darken towards the outside. But we're going to take this really light color. Again, like I said, all of these colors will be listed down in the information box below. You just need to click the show more link, and everything is down there somewhere. I know I have a lot of information down there. She's a bright, bright, shiny color. But underneath, set that all the way across into that blue that I put on the outer edge there. I'm not covering up the entire blue. I don't know if you can see that, but I went into it, and I went maybe about halfway into where the blue was. And now we're going to take this color Beach Ball right here, and we're going to go along the bottom about a third of the way from the inner corner over to about halfway into that blue again. So we're deepening up just part of that green. So about a third in and then across to just deepen that up and get that green in. There you go. Just like that. She didn't need much. And what's interesting is that they're kind of turning that blue almost purplish. I'm grabbing my blender one more time and just doing a quick swoop. Then I'm going to grab the other blender that I had. I'm going to brush that off a little bit since it's covered in pink. And then I'm going to go underneath and kind of blend those together a little bit. More than likely, before I come back, I will add a bit more of that lighter green on the inner corner and go out a bit. But other than that, we are done. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my face, and I will be back in a bit. So here is our completed look. Hopefully you can see all of that. As you can see, I did a slightly bigger wing than usual, so all that fussing with the outer color was probably pointless. It's probably in there just a little bit in the very corner where nobody's going to see it. But here's our bright Pride look for my first Bright Ladies in a long time. I have to say, in general, I really do like it. I did add some of the Vanessa Vanity, I can't talk, Angel Wings to my inner corner. For my highlight, I ended up using my beautiful Milk Holographic Highlighting Powder in Supernova. Love this powder. Don't use it often. I think it's discontinued. I do have another one of them, but I don't use it often. Just kind of, sometimes you save some of your favorite things to avoid, issues with them in the losing them in the future. Anyway, so I hope that you like the look yourself. Obviously, it's not something that you would go to work in if you're in a very conservative workspace, but I think it's actually very pretty with all the colors, the pink and the blues and the greens underneath and the bright yellows up top. It's very, I actually really like it. And yeah, I'm not putting on my glasses because, as I've mentioned in a previous video, that thing in the front drives me nuts, so I can't see you. You can see me. I can't see you. Anyway, that's it for today, and I hope you like what you've seen. And if you're not subscribed, I hope you will subscribe. If you do subscribe, please hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. I currently upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Getting used to not uploading Sunday, or at least not saying it. In addition to those 3 days, we do sometimes have bonus videos. We have garden videos going up almost all summer through the fall. And my son does some loot crates, and occasionally I do some indie unboxings from brands that aren't on my 2019 to try list, because we're trying to focus on the indies around here. So if you want to know about those, you want to make sure that that bell is rung. If you're part of my notification squad, check to make sure both your subscription and your bell are still active. If you choose not to subscribe, well, I would understand, because I am not everybody's cup of tea. However, we do hope that you will come back again, because, you know, I really love having company here, even if it's repeat company that doesn't subscribe. We like having company here. And if you do come back again, don't forget to bring your cup of tea. This has gotten very cool, and as I recall, this tea does have one minor problem, and that is when the chocolate gets cool, it gets a little bit bitter on the back end, and the orange kind of completely disappears. So I suspect, seriously, I can talk. I suspect that we've missed out on getting the orange on this, but you know, you never know, could surprise me. Gonna go ahead and give it a taste. Oh no, it's there. And it tastes like I added more sugar, and I swear to God I didn't. She tastes really good. There is a touch of bitterness on the back end, but it is not that bad. Anyway, that's it. I hope you all have a great day.